Hi, today we are going to discuss the topic memory allocation strategy. It is of three types: first fit, best fit, and worst fit. So, first fit. In this first fit algorithm, the allocator keeps a list of free blocks known as the free list, and on receiving a request for memory scans along the list from the start for the first block that is large enough to satisfy the request. If the chosen block is significantly larger than that requested, then it is usually split and the remainder added to the list as another free block. Next is best fit. Best fit allocates the process to a partition which is the smallest sufficient partition among the free available partitions. And finally, worst fit. Worst fit allocates a process to the partition which is largest sufficient among the freely available partitions available in the main memory. If a large process comes at a later stage, then memory will not have space to accommodate it. So let's discuss these definitions through a problem. Given 5 memory partitions of 300 KB, 700 KB, 400 KB, 500 KB and 800 KB in order, how would the first fit, best fit and worst fit algorithms place processes of 412 KB, 617 KB, 112 KB and 626 KB in order? Here we have 5 partitions of memory. The partition sizes are also given. So it is 300 KB, 700 KB, 400 KB, 500 KB and 800 KB. So we'll diagrammatically represent it like this: 300, 700, 400, 500 and 800. Next, we have 4 number of processors also, that is 412 KB, 617 KB, 112 KB and 626 KB. It is given in order. We'll have to check in this particular order. So in this here let's take the partition as P1, P2, P3 and P4. Let's give 412 KB as P1, 61 as P2, 112 as P3 and 626 as P4. So let's discuss first fit. In first fit, what we do is we'll find the position or size which is equal to or greater than the particular process. So first we'll check for the process 412, that is P1. Okay, here we'll check the process P1. P1 is 412. We'll check if 412 can be placed at the first position, that is 300. No, it is larger than 300. So we'll check if it can be placed in 700. Yes, here 700 has free space. So we'll split, as this 700 is having larger value, we'll split this into two parts. We'll split into two parts like this. 700 is split into two parts, and we'll give it value 412 and the remainder will be 288. 700, we divide 700 and we are given 412 and the remaining free space will be 288. And similarly we'll go for P2. We'll check P2. P2, that is 617. We'll check if it can be placed in 300. That is the first position. If it can be placed here, no, 300 does not have any free space. So we'll go for next position. 700, it is already splitted and occupied. Then next we'll go for 400. It is also it is smaller than 617 and it doesn't have any free space. So next we'll go and we'll check 500. It also doesn't have any free space. And finally we'll check 800. Yes, it has free space. So we'll split 800 into two parts as 617 and the remaining free space will be 183. We'll allocate space for 613 and the remaining free space will be 183 and we'll give it a name P2. And next we'll check P3, that is here P3 is 112 kb. So we'll check where we can place 112 kb. Here the first position, that is 300, have free space to place 112. So we'll place 112 here. We'll split 300 into two parts and we'll give 112 at first position and the remaining value, that is 188, in the second position, and we'll give it the name P3. So this will be the final diagram or diagrammatic representation of first fit, as we cannot place P4, that is 626 here, because 626 is larger than the values in this memory blocks. You can see that all the values are lesser than 626. So here we cannot place 626. So this will be the final diagram of first fit. Next we'll check best fit. Here in best fit, we'll check the best suitable position for placing the memory process. Here the first partition P1 is, we know that P1 is 412 kb. So we'll check where we have free space, best suitable free space for placing 412 kb. Here 300 doesn't have any free space to place 412 kb. So we'll go for next position 700. We can place here, but it is not a suitable place, not best place to place 412 kb. So we'll check 400, it is not sufficient. So next we'll check 500. Yes, we'll place 412 at 500 because it's very close to 412. 500 is very close to 412 kb. So we'll place it here at 500 kb. Then so as it is greater than 412 kb, we'll split into two parts as 412 kb and 88 kb. Two spaces. The free space will be 88 and remaining 800 will be written as such. And next we'll check for P2. For P2, 300 is not sufficient as 617 is very larger than 300. Then next we'll check if it can be placed at 700. Yes, it can be placed and it is more close to 617 than 800. So we'll split 700 into two parts, that is 617 and 83, and we'll give it the name P2. And next we'll check P3, that is 112. Where to place 112? Where is the best suitable place to place for placing 300? Here 112 can be placed at 300 itself, in the first position itself. So we'll split 300 into two parts as 112 and remaining free space 188, and we'll give it the name P3. And finally we'll check where to place 626 kb. Where is the free space to place 626 kb? Here the remaining position is 800. So we'll divide it into two parts as 626 and remaining 174, and we'll give name as P4. So this is the final answer for best fit. And next and finally we are going to discuss first fit. Here we'll check for the worst position, which is very larger than that of the process. So here the first process is 412. So we'll check if it can be placed at 300, no, 700. It is larger, but we have to check for the largest value in this free space. So here the largest value is 800. So we'll place 412 at this 800th position. That is, we'll split 800 into two parts as 412 and 388. And we'll give the name P1. And then next we'll check P2. P2, that is 617 kb. Where to place 617 kb. Next, the largest value among these are 700. So we'll split 700 into two parts as 617 and remaining value as 83. And then next we'll check P3, that is 112 kb. Where to place 112 kb? Among these, the largest value is 500. Among these, we have the largest value as 500. So we'll split 500 into two parts, that is 112, and the remaining free space will be 388. We cannot place 626 here, that is P4 cannot be placed in this because we don't have free space to place 626 here. All the values are smaller than 626, so we cannot place here. So we can place only P1, P2 and P3. So this will be the final answer for worst fit algorithm. So finally, the answer will look like this. For first fit, the answer will be like this. Best fit, the answer will be like this. And worst fit, the answer will be like this. All these diagrams are only drawn for better understanding. So this will be the final answer. I hope you understood. Thank you.